One, two.
One. Hello, welcome to the program, The Issues with ASO Television, Top Seed Gimba indeed.
The program comes
To you Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, where we discuss national issues in the way we understand. Today, I consider this edition to be so special in itself because I'm privileged to host the ambassador of the Republic of Sudan to Nigeria, no any other person than Mohamed Abdallal Haroun. He's going to be with us to tell us the diplomatic relations between Nigeria and Sudan, similarities and the gains we have over time. It's a pleasure having you on the program this morning, His Excellency, the Ambassador of the Republic of Sudan to Nigeria.
Good morning. My thanks and appreciation to you and to ASO TV and radio for hosting me this morning. Also my thanks to the government and people of Nigeria for their hospitality since my arrival here on 5th of February.
Wow.
Thank you.
Was it this year you arrived in Nigeria as an ambassador to Nigeria?
Yes, I arrived here on 5th of February as the Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of the Republic of Sudan to Nigeria, and then I presented my letter of credence to His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on 24th of April. Yeah.
Since you arrived in Nigeria, what did you see that really appreciates you as an ambassador to Nigeria from Sudan?
Yes, Nigeria, this is not the first time that I visited. I visited Abuja twice or three times in 1998, 1999, within the framework of the excellent relationship between the two countries. This time I came as ambassador of Sudan to Nigeria. I feel as I at home because there are many similarities between the two countries and two nations. Even the language of, used here, also millions and millions of Nigerians, they speak in Sudan. They're quite familiar with the same language here and there. Yes, our official and common language in Sudan is Arabic, but the second widely spoken language is Hausa, because millions are living there over centuries. So I feel at home.
Wow. What's the population of Sudan, sir, as compared to Nigeria? We're told that Nigeria is 230 million people.
Yeah.
Sudan, what is the population?
The estimated number is 40 to 45 million. This is after the independence of South Sudan, which is about also 10 to 15,000. But the proper Sudan is now about not more than 45 million and less than 40. There is no an accurate statistics because we exposed to the war since April 2023.
So let's be clear here, so that those who are watching us should know the difference. Your ambassadors, Sudan, where the capital is Khartoum. Where there's South Sudan, right?
Yes.
That's South Sudan.
Southern Sudan, different, yes, quite different. The capital is Juba, and then they got their independence in 2011. From that on, there is two republics, two countries. South Sudan, the capital is Juba, and the proper Sudan, the old one, that is the name, the capital is Khartoum. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And that's where you are coming from?
Yes, I am coming from the Republic of Sudan, the capital of Khartoum. Okay. Yeah.
So what are those things that keep Nigeria and Sudan in terms of diplomatic relations? What are those things?
Yeah. Thank you very much. The relation between the two people is so ancient and old, and started before the official diplomatic relations centuries ago, when millions of Nigerians they moved towards east and stayed in Sudan. The majority of them they stayed there during their journey and excursion to the Holy Mosque in Saudi Arabia across the Red Sea. They stayed in the center and the west, in the east area. This is before, as I have mentioned, centuries ago. After that, after the independence of the two countries, Sudan in 1st of January 1955 and Nigeria in 1960, the two countries in 1960 have already started their official diplomatic relations to enhance the already started or existing bilateral relationship between the two nations. Yeah.
Wow. So you said the relationship started long before the independence of these two great nations.
Yeah.
You secured the independence in 1956.
Yes.
Nigeria got its own in 1960.
Yes.
So what has been a major achievement that you can say Nigeria or either Sudan is gaining from the Republic of Nigeria and that of Sudan? What are those things that we are gaining or you people are gaining from us?
Yes. There are many areas of cooperation between the two countries.
Yeah.
Officially between the two governments throughout this very long history, 1996 till today, there are a very close relationship between the two countries. Between the two nations, there are also many areas of cooperation and coordination between the two. For example, in the cultural relationship, it has been for a very long time thousands of Nigerian students studying in Sudanese university. Before the war, in April 2020, there were about 14,000 Nigerian students in Sudanese university.
Wow.
This is beside the trade relation, mainly borders trade. There are a big number of trade, I mean volume of trade across the border through Chad, and on an official one, businessmen and coordination and investment, exchange investment between the businessmen and companies in both countries. Also, we have a historic present Sudanese community in Kano. They came very early in 1934. They are businessmen. They have many economic institutions there. So the relationship and the inter-exchange between the two nations, it's difficult to put it in one cell and say that this is the interest exchange between the two nations. It's very huge, very historic. But recently, after the war, in 2023, this relation has negatively affected because instability in Sudan.
The war.
The war.
Wow. So where was Nigeria's role in that particular period when your country got involved in civil war? I meant to understand when we were then growing up, the Darfur region was like, engulfed with this war where Nigeria has to step in, including some African countries assisting Sudan to quiet the civil war in that country.
Yes.
That region, rather.
Nigeria has played a very positive role in the focus and to achieve peace and stability in Darfur at that time. Nigeria hosted peace talks between the government of Sudan and Sudan Liberation Movement at that time here in Abuja, and we signed a Abuja Accord of Abuja, what known to Sudanese Abuja Peace Agreement. After that, Nigeria actively participated in the United Nations military mission, UNAMID, in Darfur. They stayed there more than 10 years. And also Professor Ibrahim Gambari is a well-known Nigerian personality. He worked as the United Nations Special Envoy to Sudan. And then due to this very positive cooperation and support of Nigeria, we succeeded at that time to achieve peace in Darfur. One of the well-known remarks, or we know that in our history, recent history, and Sudan is always mentioned the Abuja Peace Agreement. So Nigeria at that time was very, very active, and we highly appreciate this, and we expect now more from Nigeria to support Sudan for achieving peace and stability in the whole country.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Nigeria as a federation has 36 states, including FCT.
Yes.
I don't know how many states do you have in Sudan, and whether or not there is political relationship between Nigeria and Sudan in terms of conducting election as compared to what you people do in Sudan. Nigeria has 36 states.
Yes.
Then including FCT. I don't know how many states do Sudan has.
In Sudan, we have for a very long time, even during the colonization era, we adopted the system of federalization. Yes, at that time, every time we promote, according to the experience, our federal system, and now we have 18 states. 18 states, because this after the independence of the South Sudan. Before that, it was about 27 or 26 states.
Okay.
Now
almost like the way Nigeria is.
Yes, yes. And every state has its own government and legislative body, and yes, there is a coordination between the state government and federal government according to the constitution, but we have the similar federal system in Sudan now. Regarding the coordination between the two governments, there are so many areas of coordination. For example, in the international, regional and international area, there is a positive coordination between the two countries at the level of UN and its agencies, AU and Islamic organization, and other many organizations like the International Maritime Organization and Chemical Weapon Organization in The Hague, and others, many. Non-alignment, China-Africa Forum, Russia-Africa Forum, Japan Africa Trade Forum, Anticat. In these organizations, there is a very positive coordination. We exchange support to our candidates and candidature to the posts, different posts. We exchange views about our vision and strategy toward all this within these organizations. So briefly, I can say there is a very positive coordination between the two countries in the international and regional organization. Yeah.
How many languages? In Nigeria, we have closer to about 250 languages spoken in a country today called Nigeria. I don't know whether Sudan has similar kind of language tribes that Nigeria has, and then how do you manage these different tongues to be able to have a focus and achievable governmental results?
Sudan looks like Nigeria, diversified country, so many cultures and local tongues or language in the extreme north of Sudan. There are all the Nubians. They have their own language. For example, in Darfur, so many ethnic groups. Each one has its own language. Among them, one of the biggest ethnic group in Darfur area only, ethnic group called Borno. They came from Borno here, wow. Nigeria.
Borno.
Yeah, Borno. Yes, but in Sudan we call them. Our pronunciation is Borno, not Borno like here.
Okay.
Yeah, even in the Nuba Mountain, in the south of Blue Nile, extreme east of Sudan, all these ethnic groups has their own tongues and languages. Mm. The common language is Arabic. Everywhere, people they use Arabic language in the schools, in the language of studying in the schools, universities, everywhere, the Arabic language. But the local tongues and the cultures are there. People are practicing every day. For example, in Darfur, people of Zagawa tribe, they speak with each other with their own language. Nobody says them no. It's not forbidden at all.
Is that Darfur region, is it a very big region that can stay on its own?
Yes, Darfur today is 5 states. Yeah.
Out of
5 states.
Out of
18. Only Darfur. It is bigger than France and very populated. I think one of the most biggest populated area is Darfur area. Yeah, with different ethnic groups and tribes. Every all has its own language. For example, Zagawa, they have their own language. Masali, they have own language. Borno, they have own language. Berti, they have own language. But the common language everywhere there is Arabic language.
Arabic.
Yeah.
Now, looking at South Sudan, sir. Do you have religious interference in governmental affairs? Like, for instance, you consider factors of religion. In the first place, I'm supposed to have asked you whether Sudan is Christian or Muslim.
Mm. You know that the issue of religion was indulged, unfortunately, very recently in the cause of South Sudan, because the cause has started in 1932. Because at that time, the colonization, they closed the South Sudan on the rule and divide and rule basis, and they started
by the colonial masters.
Yes.
Okay.
They started to promote and encourage missionaries there, and they forbidden the North and Islam to go there. This is the root cause of the problem. And then it started a war from that time till 1955, when the group of the Southerners, they took the weapon against against the war, against the government in Khartoum. Yeah. The main root cause of this was the economic grievances and inequality of distribution of power. But recently, the issue of the Islam and the religion of Islam and other issues was indulged to encourage those people to take their independence. Yeah.
So the population of Sudan has Muslims more.
Yes, the overall majority Muslims, maybe say 19% 98%. There are small groups in Nuba Mountain now, which is a southern part of the Sudan proper of today, and there are some small group also in the capital and around the capital. They origin from the Egyptian Copts, yeah, but the and also there is groups in South Blue Nile states with border with Ethiopia also. There are Christians and animists, yeah, but the majority Muslims.
Majority Muslims.
Yes.
Does it interfere for the fact that you have minority animists and Christians? Are they coerced politically to do certain things against their will?
No, I think there is a very peaceful coexistence. The issue of the religion is no longer there.
Okay.
They have their political parties, and now they are very active, coexistent, living everywhere with the people. I think the coexistence in Sudan today is exemplary. Yeah, because there is no any kind of agitation between from this side or to side for based on the religion issue. Yeah.
Which means there's a difference between the way you manage religion with the way Nigeria does, is it?
Yes, it is quite similar, by the way. Yeah, it's quite similar. Even the Muslims, they practice their life according to Islam, and the Christians, small groups, they have a full right to practice their life according to their beliefs. Nobody forces them to be Muslims or to be practiced according to Islamic rules. No, they have full freedom to practice their own life according to their beliefs. Yeah.
Now, Sudan is bordered by which countries? And then which group do you belong? Do you belong to the to the ECOWAS, or you belong just only to AU and some other international bodies?
Sudan actually located in the Horn of Africa. Its borders with Eritrea, Ethiopia, South Sudan, Central Africa, Chad, Libya, and Egypt from the north.
How?
7 countries or something like that.
So are you in the south or in the east?
We are in the east. We are a member of IGAD and AU, and with Nigeria in Sahel-Sahara organization. The organization which founded, I think, by former Gaddafi. Nigeria, Sudan is a member of this Sahel-Sahara organization. We are a member of AU as well. Yeah. But IGAD is a organization for the Horn of African countries. COMESA is an organization for East and South African countries. Nigeria is not there in these two organizations, IGAD and COMESA. But we, both countries, we are member of Sahel-Sahara and AU. Yeah.
Is it possible for you to do exchange of students, like those who want to study in Sudan, and those Sudan who want to study in Nigeria? Do you do exchange of students?
Yes, we have today some students. Many students are studying here in Nigerian universities in different levels, bachelor and MSc and PhD, and many Nigerian students, they return back to Sudan to continue their study in Sudanese universities, and we have started a program of promotion to the Nigerian student to go back to Sudan, because the capital is safe and secured, and all universities has started their work from Khartoum. We expect till the end of this year amount about thousands of Nigerians will go back to Sudan to continue their study in the Sudanese universities. Yeah.
Wow, that's quite very great.
Yes.
So how do they will have to start learning Arabic?
Yes.
Assuming those who are not privy to learning Arabic in Nigeria, since universities or schools or the curriculum of the national curriculum of the country Sudan uses Arabic as
We have to.
as the national language.
We have a private universities in English.
Wow.
Thousands and thousands of students, Nigerian students, studying these private universities, and that we have a other in Arabic. In Arabic university, they have to start studying Arabic and then continue their studying there. Yeah.
So in terms of agriculture, or either to find yourself at the global arena that is between the two countries, Nigeria is an oil producing country. It is well known in terms of providing agriculture as one of the mainstay of economy. In Sudan, do you have similar things like that? And to what extent does it help in making these two countries assisting themselves, assuming there is food crisis, either in Nigeria or in Sudan?
Thank you very much. Sudan, supposed to be one of the biggest food producing country across the globe. And in 70s and 80s, there was a strategy of making Sudan a breadbasket of the globe. Unfortunately, you know that those who are initiated and adopted this strategy, they didn't continue to encourage this strategy on the ground. We have 5 different climates.
5 different climates.
Climate. In north is different, center is different, west is different, south is different, east is different. In this climate, we throughout the year we produce different crops, sesame.
If rains not falling in the central, it's falling in the north.
Yes.
It's not falling in the north, it's falling
Yes.
So
which is suitable in the north is not suitable in the south. Which is suitable, crop suitable in the center is not suitable. But because the climate is quite different, from desert to equatorial to continental, all we produce throughout the year. We produce sesame, cotton, sunflower, all types of cash crop we produce in Sudan. Sugar. Also, we used to produce oil after the independence of South Sudan. 75% of this amount gone to South Sudan. Even though we have a small amount, but unfortunately it stopped because war in the area of where we used to produce oil. It stopped. It was about 150 or 135 barrels per day, and it stopped due to the war. This including Sudan is one of the biggest African countries producing gold. Tons and tons per year. Yes, maybe number 1 if it's not number 2. This is also in Africa, yes. Maybe in the world it was producing a big amounts of gold now. The main source of currency and hard currency in Sudan is gold mining. And we have many other minerals like copper.
If somebody is coming to Sudan, sir, if somebody wants to come to Sudan, in West Africa, we move without having to do with visa.
Yeah.
You cross the countries freely, nobody asks you any question. in case somebody from Nigeria wants to come to Sudan, he has to go through the process of obtaining international passport and things like that, or we do like the way we do in West Africa.
You know that West Africa, because of they are member of ECOWAS, I think it is the citizens of in this area are allowed to go there. In Sudan, still we have our law does not allow to the other to go directly without the enter visa. But for the businessmen who are working, our law allows them to get the entry visa very easy in a very short period of time. This is exactly what we are working here in the embassy for the student. It is easy to get the entry visa because they have an acceptance from our university. Businessmen also, we encourage them and we issue them the entry visa in a very short period of time. This is our law. But others we are not allowed except the diplomatic and official holder of official and diplomatic passport holders. They are allowed to go without entry visa because we have an agreement between the two ministers of foreign affairs here and there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look at Sudan as currently, we used to read about the crisis in Sudan, where there are two factional leaders struggling to take control of that particular country. What's the case now of that country?
Thank you very much. This is a very important question. The current war in Sudan, unfortunately, has been portrayed and so many incorrect narratives has been disseminated by the other side, saying that the war between the two generals or two parties. No. We have only one general, chief of staff of our army. Our army is very old and ancient army in Africa. It was founded in 1924 by the colonization at that time. And we changed the name after the independence to Sudan Armed Forces. From that time, has been defending our sovereignty and borders and people. What happened actually in April 2023, it was a military coup d'etat. A militia formed in 2024 to support the army in the war in Darfur at that time. They rebelled and tried to take the government within 6 hours. This is not two parties. Our army supported by the whole nation and this militia. After they failed to take power, they directed their weapon and guns towards the innocent and civilians. They invaded the capital, they invaded the neighboring states, and they committed unprecedented crimes against the civilians. They ruined and stole and robbed all institutions, destroyed them, private homes, and millions they have been displaced and they went out, sometimes as refugees to the neighboring countries. The last one, a very heinous crimes committed in Al-Fashir, capital of North Darfur. When they invaded this, they committed crimes of ethnic cleansing, genocide, raping. You know that all these crimes, fortunately, so many times has been condemned strongly by the international community, even AU. So the correct characterization to what happened in Sudan in April 23 is the rebellion of some group supposed to be a part of the army to work to protect the country. They took their weapon by a clear support from a regional services and complicity of what's so-called international community, which keeps a blind eye for the atrocities being committed by this.
Yeah, because I wanted to ask you what influence these regional blocs play to heighten the crisis in that country. Yes, and yes, I want to find out, is it the same thing, that Polisario movement? Is Polisario movement in Sudan or any other country closer?
Let us start with Polisario. We don't have any relation with Polisario.
Okay.
This militia of RSF is a Sudanese.
They're Sudanese.
Sudanese.
Okay.
But unfortunately, after the war, they recruited more than 200,000 mercenaries from 17 countries and even from Latin America, Colombia. The majority of this mercenaries from the West Africans and Arab diaspora here in the region of the West Africa. Yes. So, as Polisario, no. The Polisario has no any presence in Sudan. If there is
started
any,
there. They started there.
Where?
Polisario movement.
It started in I think Western Sahara.
Okay, Western
Yeah,
Sahara.
yeah, Western Sahara.
And
Yes.
Western Sahara combines how many countries? Is it Sudan?
No. Western Sahara it is
Morocco.
between Morocco and a disputed area between Morocco, and it lies between Morocco and Mauritania in the extreme west. It's a coastal countries, Atlantic coastal countries. But Sudan in the east, if so, I would like to assure you that there is no any relation between Sudan and Polisario.
Oh.
But also I want to reiterate this militia and supporters, they recruited thousands and thousands of mercenaries from within Africa, about 17 countries, and from outside of Africa, from Colombia. They have thousands also from Colombia to participate in this war. This all was what I concentrate here. The spillover of this war in Sudan to the West African countries will be a catastrophe, because you are pushing them towards the west side of Sudan. When they push them out, they have their weapon in their hand, very modern weapons, and they well trained. They will go to the region to destabilize the region, to threat the stability and security in this Western African region.
Is it safe to say that what we are experiencing as a country today in Nigeria will be one of the spillovers of what is happening in the northern part of Africa, like in Libya, Sudan, South Sudan, affecting us?
You know that
and why international bodies are turning a blind eye to your own country and as well to ours, if possible? Is it true?
Yes, I am sure what is going on mainly in Sudan, the spillover and aftermath and repercussion of this war in Sudan will negatively affect stability in the West African countries. Even same what's happening in Libya. So I believe that for we Africans, we always have to be very careful and to coordinate between ourselves and to build our stability to achieve peace and security for ourselves, instead of waiting and importing the solution from the abroad. When we import and wait the foreigners to achieve peace, always they come with their own agenda. And this is a problem. Let us, we as Africans, to sit down and to coordinate our efforts between our countries and to work vigorously and actively to achieve peace within our country, to contain what is going on. This always I speak about this here to alert the people that since we push these militias and their mercenaries to the west, they will affect negatively in the whole region. This is very important point, and we are ready as Sudan to build a mechanism of coordination and cooperation with Nigeria and with all countries in the area. We have already started, but to enhance the existing cooperation to contain and to combat all types of bandits, terrorist terroristic groups, and to achieve peace for our people.
Ambassador, sir, if you are asked to advise the two countries in order to move forward, like any other nation at all that's considered developed in the world, what will you say to Nigerian government and to our country, since you have ties?
Yes, I would say that we are actually, I said, we are one people in two countries. Since about 10 million Sudanese are today from Nigerian origin. The population about, as I have mentioned in the beginning of my interview, about 4 million. 1/3 of that today is Sudanese population from Nigerian origin. And widely spoken second language after the Arabic is Hausa language. So we are one nation in two countries. There are so many areas of cooperation: cultural cooperation, economic cooperation, trade cooperation, investment cooperation, political cooperation. So let us go forward to enhance cooperation and coordination between the two governments and two nations in all this area. And I am sure that within a very short period of time, we can do much and we can save very actively and the interests of the two nations. So let us to exploit these common, strong and historic elements available now between the two countries and two people. Yeah.
In your tenure as an ambassador of His Excellency, sir, what will you do immediately to ensure that you leave a mark in your tenure as an ambassador of Sudan to Nigeria?
Yes, you know that there is a history of cooperation between the two countries. Now we are working to prioritize this our area of cooperation, because due to the war, which negatively affected these relations, and now it's also active, we are working very hard to reprioritize the relationship between the two countries, and firstly to start with economic, political penetration, and then to go and step forward to the economic and trade cooperation between the two countries. And we have a plan for that, working on in cooperation with the Nigerian side. Yeah.
Ambassador, I want to sincerely thank you for taking much of your time to be with us live on ASO television this morning. I know I took much time to really disturbing your officer in the person of Adil Salam, constantly calling him to ensure that you appear on this program just like the way you are today. We want to thank you. The management of ASO Radio and Television really appreciate you for doing that. We equally thank the former general manager of ASO Radio in the person of Ali Abdallal, who put us through to ensure that you are able to come just like the way you are this morning. So I want to thank you deeply from my heart.
Thank you once again very so much about for hosting me this morning in ASO TV and radio. And I'm so happy to be with you. I hope that my remarks of today will serve the interest of the two people and two countries, and also my thanks to the government and people of Nigeria for their kind hospitality for me and my staff of the embassy since our arrival here. And I hope that we shall meet again and again. And my heartfelt thanks and appreciation to you. Yes, thank you very much.
Well, that's about the size of the program, the issues. I have with me in the studio a respected diplomat, an ambassador of the Republic of Sudan to Nigeria, and not any other person than His Excellency Mohamed Abdallal Haroun. Time to explain the ties between Nigeria and Sudan. Those who had the opportunity to watch him, we are on YouTube. Even if you don't get us live, by the time the program is ended, just like the way it is, you still have that opportunity to click and watch us. We are on Facebook, we are on many other platforms. I want to seize this opportunity to really appreciate him for really coming up this morning to be with us to explain those things that are quite very relevant between the two countries. And I really enjoyed the discussion. Again, we shall close the program with the hope that indeed we'll be making some effort some other time after a long stay for him to revisit the ASO radio and still talk more on some of these issues. My name is Topsy Gimba, and I really appreciate everybody that puts his effort or her effort to making sure that the program should come out the way it did. I give you very serious, and particularly the former general manager of ASO radio in the person of Ali Abdullah. I thank you so very much, sir. See you and bye-bye.